Hi, it's C. It's Mind Impossible. Today we're going to talk about something that's also very close to everybody's heart. Most people ask for something that is on everyone's mind and that dictates sometimes our future, our path forward in life. And that would be, what's my purpose in life? Now, when we talk about purpose in life, what are we truly talking about? Are we talking about what are we going to do today? What are we going to do tomorrow? Or what are we going to do for the rest of our life? It could be everything. It could be all of it combined. It could be all of the above. When we think about what our purpose of a life is, we tend to think about too much stuff. We tend to think about what's going to happen tomorrow and what would I achieve. And some people get confused in it. You know, they think that there's something they should be born with. They should know what their purpose of life is. And that's not true. So here we'll talk about, how do you find a purpose in life? Is it something guaranteed? Is it something that you should know right away that you should be doing? Or is it something that you find on your way while living life? And I've come across a lot of people who tend to struggle with this, who tend to actually spend a lot of time looking for that purpose, that one purpose that supposedly will miraculously will fix everything. And that's not how life works. Life, doesn't just give you things when you really need them. You have to look for those things. And sometimes you have to stumble upon those things by doing the right things or just observing. So today's video, we'll talk about how do you find that purpose in life? You probably already have it, or you probably can find it based on what I'm about to tell you. So the key component in finding that purpose in life, it revolves around you. Again, most of these videos are going to revolve around obviously you. They're going to revolve around your mental strength, your ability to recognize that you're capable of doing anything and everything you want. So finding that purpose of life requires you finding something that you enjoy. So the key element here is you finding that something you enjoy, something you love to do. What could that thing be? That thing could be a sport. It could be a hobby. You might be a good writer. You love reading. You love outdoors. Or you love making videos the way I'm making right now. Or you love talking to people the way I love to talk to people. I try to understand people. I personally, if I take my example, I have a lot of interest in life, reading, outdoor activities, space, medicine. I have a lot of interests, things that revolve around me trying to help people, things that revolve around me trying to understand life. That's my joy. So what I'm saying is, you need to find something that you find joy in, that you find that gives you comfort, that makes you happy, and then you have to invest yourself in it. Once you invest yourself in something you love to do, you love to enjoy, you're in that comfort zone. You're in that peace of mind. Your contention in life is at peak at that point because you're in that zone, you're in that bubble. When you keep doing those things, you find yourself into that comfort zone because you love to do that thing. And it should bring you in your comfort zone. And that's where you want to get. Once you're at that point and you continue to be in that point, you continue to achieve that. It doesn't have to be every single day or all day long. When you continually achieve that on a regular basis, it opens you up. It opens you up to accept other things. It opens you up to possibilities. And that's how the human mind works. When we're satisfied, when we're happy, we can fall back on a certain thing, a certain element, or a certain hobby that we enjoy to do. And that brings us back to that comfort zone. Now, so we're in that comfort zone. What does that do? That opens you up to other possibilities, and you will see other things. You'll be amazed how much you can see and start noticing, hey, I love to do this thing. Maybe because of that, now I understand I can achieve this and that and that. Or maybe you might stumble onto something else. When we're not in that happy place, when we're not achieving that mental focus and zen on anything, you have to achieve that mental focus and zen on anything, then your brain learns to absorb and focus on other things that you might be missing in life that might be constituting as the purpose of life. So we have to achieve that. So it's a very simple step. Something you love to do, focus on that and be the best you can be and love to enjoy life. And once you do that, it will help you absorb other elements in life. It will help you focus on other things in life. It's that simple. Talking about examples, and I've mentioned this before, we'll talk about examples in this show that people can relate to, probably, famous people, known people. And one of the examples that I came across was Thomas Edison. Thomas Edison loved to read when he was a kid, and he loved to experiment. He had a lot of curiosity, had a lot of appetite to learn. And he kept doing it since he was growing up. Any jobs he held, anything he did, he loved to read, and he loved to experiment. And we know where Thomas Edison ended up being. So when you look at a surface, you might think, really, is that really a good example? But yes, truly. I mean, if you think about this, his focus and energy in that one element, or multiple of them, it translated into him being a brilliant inventor. And that reading and then that curiosity that mixed and took him to a path. And it's a very similar path if you think about it. Those things resulted in a path that required those two things. And he was amazing, and he was successful at it. So going back to the point of what we need, you focus on something in life, something you love to do, something you enjoy to do. You focus on that. Once you're content, once you're happy, when you're doing that, you will notice that it'll open up your mind to actually recognizing what you really want to do in life, what you want to be, or you might already be that, but it makes you probably realize that. No, this isn't a magic formula. Would it work, would it not work? Yes, no, maybe, but it's a very good step for you to see and achieve that. And probably you will notice a lot of things as you go on. And, there's a lot of things we can talk about on this show like that. And again, the last video I mentioned, you can send me your comments. You can let me know of the things we need to talk about, and we'll talk about these things. But I think this was a very good example here of how do we find purpose in life? How do we find meaning in life? All the same thing. It's your personal experience enhanced to make you absorb and recognize what's good in life, what works for you, what doesn't work for you probably. But I hope you follow this step, and I hope you start to notice that you can take a lot out of life, and some of those things might be something you achieve or something that might be your goal in life. But we'll end this video with this notion right here. But until next time, stay sharp, stay positive. This is Mind Impossible.